Police officers begin their watch over an important client. As part of a real-life experiment, they have been hired to guard against a hostile attack while being monitored by remote cameras. They are expecting the worst. An attack can come at any moment. What they aren't expecting is an enemy they can't see or hear. An enemy who is one of the most deadly foes in the history of warfare, and to this day is still veiled in secrecy: the ninja. Their feats were so amazing that they have been immortalized in countless novels and films. According to popular myth, they were masters of superhuman combat skills. One ninja could fight off 10 attackers. They were renowned as assassins, cloaked in black, and delivering death with cold-blooded efficiency. Yet historians disagree with this premise.
There isn't much evidence of many ninja assassinations being carried out.
So what is the truth about the ninja? Could they fly, shape change, disappear through walls, even use the power of clairvoyance to know what an enemy might do?
They can actually control their ability to see in a different place or a different time, or their ability to hear what another person was thinking. It actually became a skill.
It's amazing how rumors grow in the public mind so that things get exaggerated, and I'm sure a lot of ninjutsu exploits are simply exaggerations of things that actually happen.
How do we discern fact from fiction, especially with a group that left such scarce historical records and lived outside traditional Japanese culture?
Secret societies of any sort are probably the most difficult topic that any researcher could choose.
Now Unsolved History is about to demystify the ninja. We'll search the mountains of Japan for their secret origins, put their mythical superpowers to the test. We'll meet some modern-day ninjas. And our experts will investigate the true capabilities of the ninja by merging historical evidence with 21st century combat skills. Historian Dr. Stephen Turnbull. Black Belt Ninja Master Stephen Hayes. Navy SEAL Instructor Michael Andrews. 13-year police veteran and security expert Bruce Cardenas. And scientist and espionage expert Dr. David Morehouse. To uncover the secrets of the ninja, we went back to their roots, to the province of Igaweno, in the mountains of central Japan.
My understanding is that I've reached the heartland of the ninja.
Igaweno is where the ninja originated, and is the only place on Earth where there is a museum dedicated to the study of ninjutsu, which means the art of stealth, the way of invisibility. It is here that we begin our search for the truth about the ninja. Since the ninja disappeared from Japanese culture over 140 years ago, we asked historian Stephen Turnbull to help us locate the scant records that still exist.
Japan has for centuries been one of the most literate nations in the world. So much is written down, so much is preserved, particularly by families. And the stuff is there if you really can dig for it. So you say Toshina was the first person to serve as a ninja in your family.
Turnbull visits with Toshinobu Watanabe, who made a surprising discovery when he opened a box of family papers he found in a storage unit.
But according to the documents I found, my great-grandfather was a ninja. But probably he didn't tell to his son anything about ninja. He thought that ninjutsu would be unnecessary in the new world.
Mr. Watanabe shows Dr. Turnbull a written contract in which his great-grandfather pledged to never reveal what he did for his warlord employer.
I've never seen anything like that before. I didn't know they existed. The fact that the guy had to sign on the dotted line shows, I suppose, the business nature of it, which implies quite a considerable organization behind the operation.
And a high level of secrecy. because a description of the covert operation is never mentioned in the contract. How did ninjutsu begin in Iga province? Historians have traced its origins to Buddhist monks that emigrated from China.
China was the major source of wisdom, of learning, of knowledge for the Japanese. For centuries, they revered Chinese traditions.
Legend says that in the 11th century, a disillusioned Japanese samurai warrior met a Chinese mystic priest in the mountains of Igaweno. The priest asked the young man if he was ready to study a new form of combat that combined body and spirit and would allow him to move freely without being detected. It was called ninjutsu.
He studied with this teacher and developed this whole different view, a whole different way of looking at conflict based on the understanding of the human being as a model of how nature operates.
Ninjutsu began to flourish in Igaweno. The remote mountain location made it easy for the ninja to live and train in secret.
They governed here by themselves, and they needed to protect themselves from being attacked by outsiders. And they had to train their bodies. The result of training was ninjutsu.
At the time, Japan was composed of many independent feudal states, and war was frequent. Local warlords would hire the ninja to spy on their rivals.
I think it's important to remember how unusual these skills and powers of the ninja were for the time. This isn't normal Japanese behavior.
As the ninja rose to prominence during the chaos of civil war in the late 1400s, their reputation grew. Myths began to circulate about the supernatural powers they had. The most famous was invisibility.
The popular term for these ninja were the invisible warriors. You just never knew who was the ninja. Are they here? They just couldn't pin them down.
Is there an explanation for this mystical skill?
Maybe there's a night raid by a disgruntled warlord who wants to wipe out the ninja who've been causing him trouble. So he mounts a surprise attack on the house.
The ninja designed their homes to trick their enemies into thinking they were invisible. They built concealed trapdoors, false floorboards, and secret passages. These defensive measures left their enemies clueless.
No enemy would be expecting that to happen. The guy would almost literally think he'd disappeared into thin air, hence the legend of ninja being able to disappear.
One of the ninja's legendary skills was stealth walking, the ability to move silently on any surface.
Stephen, can you show me some of the techniques a ninja would use on a wooden floor like this?
Sure, I'll show you some of the secrets.
Okay.
First, take a breath and kind of relax it out, because being relaxed is very important.
Okay.
Second, go ahead and let your knees flex this way.
Sure,
okay?
like a golfer, huh?
Like a golfer, yeah. Now, this is a challenge because it's a very creaky floor and we have shoes on. But here's what I'm going to have you do. First, we'll put all our weight on the, in this case, left, and then just shift your right out. Yeah, it's excellent. Don't put any weight on it. And then slowly see if you can put the weight on there. So far, very good. I haven't heard anything. Now, pause there for a second. As you pull your foot in, bring in the breath. Hold it for a second, get yourself squared away. Now you're going to reach out with the left foot. Keep your weight on your right. That's good.
Even though the ninja were masters of stealth, they still had to fight sometimes. When it came to combat, the nemesis of the ninja was the samurai. These were the highly skilled warriors who served the warlords of Japan, similar to the knights of medieval Europe. All aspects of ninjutsu were contrary to the samurai method of honorable warfare.
The ideal of samurai behavior was that two warriors would face squarely onto each other as worthy opponents and would fight to the death. The ninja didn't quite fit into that pattern.
The ninja's definition of victory would have been to escape and not be traceable, and then have the person doubt that that was a ninja in the first place.
So even though the samurai was a highly trained swordsman, the ninja would certainly try and surprise him It was hardly the way to do business as far as the samurai was concerned, but it was the ninja's motto had to be kill or be killed.
So what happened when the ninja and samurai clashed? Did the ninja's supernatural powers make the difference in battle? Get ready to learn the art of combat, ninja style, next on Unsolved History. For hundreds of years, Japan's warrior culture was embodied by the strong and powerful samurai. These swordsmen were the elite fighting class of Japan, until the ninja came along.
I think the ninja would have been regarded with terror. These are people that you have to be very, very careful dealing with.
There are myths that a ninja could easily defeat the samurai in combat, even when outnumbered. But are they true?
The samurai would be trying to figure out these maybe odd movements that the ninja would be using. Different kind of tools, different positioning with the body. Plus, in his mind, he would have all of these memories of warnings from other people. Hey, these people might throw some kind of poisoned iron filings into your eyes.
Stephen Hayes has practiced ninja combat arts for over 30 years and is a member of the Black Belt Hall of Fame. He has pioneered the introduction of ninjutsu to the Western world. We asked him to help us understand what kind of special powers the ninja really had and how they used them in combat. The ninja were said to be able to defy gravity and scale a sheer rock wall, but they had a special trick.
These are the ninja's shuko. It's popularly referred to as a climbing claw. It's a steel band with these very tough, strong claws, and so these points were able to wedge in and allow a ninja to climb up that castle wall.
The shuko had another purpose.
If a person had climbed up a wall and ran into some sort of a guard, this could be used as a combat tool as well. In darkness, they might not even see this metal band. So to be able to hit into bone with this metal band or catch an arm with these claws. Very persuasive.
To the samurai, it would appear that his ninja opponent was unarmed.
This scenario, he comes flying in with that sword. Immediately, he came in with a second shot. It was better than I thought, so I had to get out of there. As he comes in with this next shot, I'm just going to come in and gain control of his arms, digging this in. But if he's a samurai, he might have been armored. He lifts his arm up and starts to cut down. I'm going to jam this right in there. Can you imagine what's going through his mind? This person has grabbed a hold of his razor-sharp sword. So I use that for just that moment of tension. I lift up, kick, load, and knock his hips back so that I can then redirect his energy here. Kicking, getting him off, and then safely holding this sword, I can go in for a vulnerable area.
A ninja would only survive if he could fight his way out of a hostile confrontation. To do that, he needed special weapons and tactics.
In terms of taking the simple